4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision's The Week That Was, where we cover the news and events for the week ending Friday, August 23rd. I'm Paige Ray. Thank you so much for joining us today. We begin with Troy University expanding its reach around the state. Recently, the university announcing a partnership with Wallace Community College Dothan for students on the optometry path. That comes with support from Mayor Jason Reeves, and Troy University is now being able to secure yet another partnership. Reporter Tavares Dennis has the details.
Troy University and Troy City Schools have officially started the Trojans Teaching Trojans Scholarship. Around the nation, research shows the education field has been suffering from a lack of educators nationwide. Troy City Schools is no exception. In an attempt to address the growing shortage, university and city school leaders are turning to a select group of students within the Department of Teacher Education.
Having them in our school system actually from a realistic perspective, not just, in a classroom learning how to be a teacher, but actually having hands-on and being in those settings, I think it's a win-win.
As part of this unprecedented agreement, Troy University students will spend 12 weeks in a semester providing instructional support in Troy City Schools classrooms.
Number one, it helps with the finances for the Troy education majors. Number two, it gives them real-world practical experience working with students before they get into their full-time career. And number three, it helps Troy City Schools because they now have more boots on the ground.
Although in-classroom instruction is important, school leaders say the opportunity to have real-world experience is invaluable.
They'll start in one semester, and if they have a very good experience, they can actually go back and get more scholarship support to stay with Troy City Schools for a second semester. They could possibly intern with Troy City Schools.
While this program tackles the school system's problem of educators, it also provides support for students and the community. Tavares Dennis, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Eligible students are encouraged to complete multiple semesters in that program. And not only is Troy branching out locally, it's doing so internationally. To some, the university is actually known as Alabama's International University. That's because students from all over the world come here to make new friends and experience new things. Sarah Campbell has those students' stories.
Students from around the world creating a melting pot of culture as they arrive for international orientation. For many students, this is their first time in America.
I'm looking forward to just meet the whole Trojan community, make some friends, and just explore.
I want to make a lot of friends.
According to International Student Services, Troy is welcoming over 250 new international students this fall semester. Every student has a different journey on how they got here.
There were some programs, international programs at my university, so I just searched it and I saw Troy University.
I had to do a minor and I was just looking on the options, and then I saw the option to go to Troy University, and I just thought, why not? And I signed up.
Students say that above all, the chance for new experiences and friendships is what drew them here.
People say that it's some kind of different world, so I've definitely wanted to experience that, broaden my cultural horizons.
They organize a lot of events here, and you really get the American school experience.
Some students stay for just a semester, while others stay for a year or longer. Either way, they say they want to make the most out of their time at Troy. Sarah Campbell, Troy, TrojanVision News.
There are several international organizations on campus. To name a few of them, there's the International Student Cultural Organization, also known as ISCO, the Chinese Culture Club, and the Spanish Club. While most students were on summer break, others were spending their time training. Reporter Camille Coney explains.
Every year, Troy University hosts the Special Olympics State Games, which allows people with intellectual disabilities to compete in multiple competitions.
This population doesn't necessarily get to be in the spotlight as other athletes do, and so being able to highlight them in a space like this, in a large campus like Troy University, is an incredible opportunity.
For many athletes, the Olympics are their first time being away from home, meaning they get to exercise their independence while receiving support from their coaches and other athletes.
An event like this allows them to prove to not just themselves, but maybe to their family and friends that, hey, I can be away for a few days and it be okay. I can still succeed and thrive and have the best experience.
Organizers say the benefits of participating in the Special Olympics include athletes gaining valuable life skills.
Building self-confidence, winning, learning how to lose, having an opportunity to learn and grow the skills through sport.
This year's Olympics featured racquetball, swimming, gymnastics, and track. Camille Coney, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Special Olympics are not only a summer event, they also provide sports training and athletic competitions throughout the year. Still to come on Troy TrojanVision's The Week That Was, students are now back on campus. We'll show you how Troy University is back in action right after the break, so stay with us. Welcome back. Before classes could begin, students had to come back to campus, which, as always, means a very busy weekend. Many students and their families spent that weekend unloading cars and vans and moving their belongings into the dorms. You see them there. Meanwhile, Troy's sororities were officially welcoming their new members home after a week-long recruitment process. You see them there and doing part of what is called its annual bid day. It sees new members run from Elm Street Gym to their new sorority houses. That weekend culminating with the Odyssey New Student Orientation. Students get their first performance from the Sound of the South, hear from school leaders, and get to watch as students light the ceremonial torch. Then, once students were settled into their dorms, they officially started their classes for the fall semester. And with that new semester means a fresh start for many Trojans. Belle Johnson has the story.
The school season has officially started. Wednesday, Troy students started their classes for fall semester. With this new school year comes new things to look forward to, from new classes.
My first class at 8 is a computer science class, so I'm really excited to take that.
To meeting new people.
I'm excited about getting plugged in one last time here at Troy since I am a senior here.
To seeing a well-known music group.
To hear the Sound of the South play. I just cannot wait to hear them play that fanfare one good time on the football field during the game.
There are many things students and faculty are excited for this semester.
It's always exciting to see students return on the first day. We have a wonderful group of young people here, and I look forward to meeting them and learning about their journey, their educational journey, and doing everything we can to help them succeed here.
Students are also setting new goals for themselves.
My goal is to get involved in, with people in my classes that have to pertain to my degree.
Honestly, I'm just trying to pass all my classes,
From students to staff, all Trojans are hoping for a successful school year. Belle Johnson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Staying on campus, a well-known feature of Troy University is in the middle of a major restoration project. We're talking about what's being called Lake Laguna and that surrounding area. TrojanVision's Mackenzie Foster has what the university is doing, as well as the pros and cons from an environmental perspective.
For years, students have passed by the University Lagoon, a small man-made lake that sits downstream from the Janice Hawkins Cultural Arts Park. Although some may have heard about the lagoon's heyday,
I know they used to train and do courses out there with canoeing and sailing.
The majority of today's students, faculty, and staff likely know it is a murky body of water with even murkier residents.
Really increased nutrients, really increased sediments. Suspended solids are really high.
According to the university, the dredging of the lagoon is the final phase to restore and beautify the area. It's a project Helm says could help the water and the organisms that call it home.
Getting rid of all those legacy sediments that are there and everything they've carried with them over the decades, if properly disposed, that would be a good thing.
Now, the lagoon isn't the only area seeing a big change. A small wetland located above the lagoon will also be impacted.
So anything coming from the Janice Hawkins Pond to the lagoon would basically be filtered out by that creek and that wetland.
That area is now expected to receive an enhanced downstream water flow system. Plans also include new walking trails and improved lighting. It's a project that comes with pros and cons, but could help reset an area that was biologically disturbed.
These environments aren't necessarily static, and so those kinds of things that they take kind of constant tweaking.
Helm says most of the fish population will likely restore itself. Time will tell if the wetland will do the same. Mackenzie Foster, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The university says that work should be done by the end of spring 2025. And that's not the only area that looks a little different. Students who walk through the main quad for class have likely noticed something different about the fountain. We're saying that it's not so much a fountain right now. For the past 2 months, that fountain has not been circulating water. TrojanVision reaching out to the physical plant to see if there are any updates. The executive director of facility operations, Robert Berkey, telling us repairs are being done and major replacements for certain parts of the fountain will be done at a later date. For now, students who wanted to take lively pictures or jump in or even soap the fountain, they'll have to wait. TrojanVision will keep you updated when that fountain is fixed. Coming up on Troy, TrojanVision's the week that was the first full week of classes taking the campus by storm, literally. See what damage was left behind after a sudden summer storm came in. Details are on the way. Staying with us. This week, maintenance crews were busy cleaning up the university after a severe thunderstorm blew through Sunday. This video shows downed trees, limbs, and even damage to the Chi Omega house on Sorority Hill. Strong winds tore through the university as well as the city of Troy. This photo shows the aftermath of an event tent that was flung into a student's car, leaving their rear windshield busted open. You can see the glass on the ground the day after. Some people also reporting hail in and around the city of Troy. Now, there weren't any reports of power outages here on campus, but some people did take to social media to say their power remained out into the night. Many of them were in the Brundage area. And not only were those crews cleaning down trees due to that storm, they ended up dealing with damage left behind after a dead tree fell right on top of 3 cars. It happened Tuesday afternoon when a tree fell on 3 faculty and staff members' cars that were parked on the left side of Wallace near Sorrell Chapel. That tree appeared to be rotten in its core. TrojanVision talking to one of the car owners who says she's thankful no one was in the cars when that tree came down.
All 3 cars that were damaged have problems, but they are things that can be repaired. So I'm thankful for everyone's safety.
That tree, not the only dead one on campus, meaning there are still plenty of rotten and dead trees left. That's why Troy University Police are now warning students and faculty to be extremely aware of where they're socializing and parking.
They just need to be conscientious and mindful that that this kind of thing can happen. and just try and take a look at the tree.
Now, if you see obvious signs of rot or decay on the trees, Beaudry says please be mindful of that. It's probably a good idea to find somewhere else to be. Staying with safety news, there's a new way for first responders to respond to emergency calls. It comes as Pike County and the Troy University Police Department team up to bring what's being called What 3 Words to our area. Sarah Campbell has what this new initiative is and how it's meant to benefit students.
A new initiative making it easier for first responders in Pike County to locate those in need. It's called What 3 Words.
If you don't know what you're doing, where you are, you're able to still find yourself. You're able to still tell people like, hey, I'm in trouble, and they can get to you from there.
Just one more way to keep students just a little bit safer.
What 3 Words works by assigning a unique 3-word combination to every 10 square foot area. That way, responders know precisely where to go in the case of emergency.
Let's say you're out in like an ATV and your ATV is broken down. Well, you're not going to have an address if you're out there in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere. So you would pull out your phone, you would say, open the app, it'll give you those 3 individual characters. You could then give that to any responder and say where you are within a 10-foot by 10-foot accuracy.
Troy University Police Department and Pike County collaborated to adopt this system. They see it as a great benefit to students who may not be familiar with the area.
Anything that we can do to improve safety on and off campus just a little bit more, we're going to take advantage of that.
Within the frame of this camera, I can say that this is its own unique set of 3 words, and to me that's fascinating.
The What 3 Words app is free to use. In the case that someone doesn't have the app, 911 can still send that 3-word code to the person in need. Sarah Campbell, Troy, TrojanVision News.
For those wondering, What 3 Words also works globally. The system has also been used by the University of Arkansas and Baldwin County. As TUPD tackles safety concerns, several members of Troy's faculty are tackling ethical ones. This is because of artificial intelligence. It's also known as AI, and it's taking the world by storm, leaving universities and other educational institutions with a challenge. Figure out how to use it in an ethical and constructive way. Emma Ellis talks to a Troy professor who is now working to do just that.
In a world of new technology, Troy University professor Sherry Hoppin has chosen to embrace AI and use it as a tool as opposed to banning it completely.
I use AI in the classroom because AI is being used in the professional world. So when students go out in the professional world, we need for you all to be able to function.
She says she uses AI in the classroom in ways it's used in the professional world. For example, in one class, her students use AI to write a news release.
But they tend to lack a human element. And so that's where, we're going to look at it and say, okay, AI has generated this, but how do we bring what we've learned about in class, about persuasion, for example, to improve on what the AI has done?
Hoppin says although AI can be a useful tool, it isn't perfect. That's why she thinks it's so important for students to do their due diligence when using the tool.
AI tends to hallucinate. It'll make up things. It'll make up references, or it will state things that aren't true, and that's problematic. And you don't get to say the AI did it. You're responsible for the work you turn in.
Hoppin urges students to talk with their professors about the use of AI in each individual class and fact-check everything. Emma Ellis, Troy, TrojanVision News.
At this moment, Troy University does not have an official blanket AI policy. Now, moving to lighter news, Troy does its best to help students settle into their new homes, which means the beginning of the semester is the start of Welcome Week, days filled with events meant to help students get to know their new home. One of those events saw deans greeting students over a bowl of ice cream. Simon Brown has the details.
Conversations were had and connections were made as students enjoyed a sweet treat while getting to know the deans of Troy University.
This is Dipping with the Deans. It's an opportunity for students to come and meet their academic deans. We had several that showed up today so they could put a face with a name. We hope that if they have issues that they need help with while they're here, they'll know someone that they can go to.
Students were able to voice their concerns and ask questions over a bowl of ice cream. Palmer says he wants to help the students he serves and know more about them.
One of the things that I think has made Troy such a special place for so long is the relationships we have with our students.
For some students who are new to Troy, dipping with the deans helped them be more comfortable on campus.
I really was just interested in it because it said something about the dean on it, and I'm really trying to put myself out there this year. It made me want to come to more things on campus and be able to actually have connections.
If I was able to talk to them, I was trying to see information, how can I join groups around here, if I can be known around the campus. Free ice cream, and I was trying to see what talking with the deans was about.
Although students may not interact with Troy's upper administration as often as their professors, Palmer says he hopes students know they have admin's full support.
It's always a pleasure to see our young people and watch them at work and get to know them.
Palmer says students should be engaged on campus and recommends a visit to the Student Involvement Office. Simon Brown, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Welcome Week then continued when students got to bust a move silently. TrojanVision's Alexander Vines explains.
Welcome Week is back at it again, this time with students dancing the night away in silence. This semester's silent disco saw students putting on headphones and dancing while listening to their favorite beats.
It's really a fun, interactive event. You get to be around a lot of people. It's music, people are dancing. I'm very excited for this semester, meeting new people, just joining more clubs and getting myself out there more. It's been really fun. Everybody's friendly here. I love the community, the environment, everything about it.
Welcome Week Director Houston says silent disco helps students unwind from what can be a stressful start of the new semester.
Really hope that students can come out, have a good time, enjoy some free food, some fellowship, some free drinks, and just get to unwind after the stressful start of the school year. We have a lot of variety in music in it for them to listen to, so there's something that everybody can get out of this event.
Although some students already knew what to expect, others didn't fully understand the concept. That was until the headphones came out.
Being new, like a graduate student here in Troy, there are a lot of events that is happening around here, and I was pretty excited to know about the silent disco that normally don't happen in Nepal. So it was really exciting to me and to get to know how it happens.
I'm just really excited. These past 2 weeks have been super fun, super engaging. A lot of students have come out. I think a lot of people are able to meet friends through these events, have a good time, and really start to get comfortable here at Troy University.
The Welcome Week Committee hopes students continue to attend their last few events. Alexander Vines, Troy TrojanVision News.
Staying with Welcome Week news, students visited the campus rec center to exercise, play basketball, and use the track. They also were there to roller skate. Alexander Vines takes us there.
As Welcome Week rolls on, student leaders are helping their peers transition to a new semester.
The Welcome Week exists to help incoming freshmen and current students transition into the new school year. We want this place to feel like home for everybody, and so we do that with fun and engaging events for students to come and participate in.
For most college students, it's their first time away from home, which can be scary. But Houston says there's no need to worry.
When students stay in their dorm room, they oftentimes feel lonely, and in the case, they're not. Here at Troy University, we are one big Trojan family, and when students participate and become active on campus, that makes them feel like they're a part of that family.
SGA and UAC are currently planning for events for students. There will be more ways to get involved as the semester continues. Organizers say their goal is for Troy to be students' home away from home.
We're so excited to be able to partner with UAC for a lot of events this year and really get the student body excited and engaged with our university.
You will expect more events with just students being involved on campus. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of DIY activities, a lot of outside stuff, even some weekend trips.
Student organizations are highlighted during Welcome Week as many groups search for new participants. Troy University offers a multitude of student organizations where students can learn to be leaders both on campus and in their community. Alexander Vines, Troy TrojanVision News.
The Welcome Week Committee isn't the only group and person working to motivate students. Wednesday night, Troy welcomed a motivational speaker to campus. Mackenzie Foster has the story.
Odell Bazell has a mission. That mission is to make sure college students get through college as smoothly and successfully as possible. For his visit to Troy University, he had some key points he wanted all the students to take away.
Make sure that they're being positive, putting positive things into their mind, making sure that they're serious about being students, and making connections, connect with people and connect with resources on campus.
Different pieces of Bazel's advice connected with different people. One student learned how important it is to utilize the university's resources.
I feel like I definitely don't do that enough, and that kind of inspired me to start reaching out.
Along with gaining advice, Bazel had volunteers play games. Those games led to students earning a prize, but also earning some valuable insight. One student says that she learned to seize every opportunity that comes her way.
A lot of times we miss opportunities because we don't think we're good enough or we don't think we'll make it. But you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Bazel travels across states to different schools to tell students his message. Mackenzie Foster, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Now we can't have a week that was with absolutely no mention of Trojan athletics. This week, Troy Esports, also known as the Troy Trojan Gaming Team, held its first interest meeting. Neela Cole has how the group is working to fill its roster.
With the new semester comes a new sport added to the list of club sports offered on campus. The Troy Trojan Gaming Team allows students to compete against other teams in the nation through competitive esports.
I'm looking for a very competitive team right off the bat. We wanted to reach a different audience to bring more interested people into Troy University. We are one of the first Sunbelt schools to start an esports gaming team. We want to be able to compete nationally. We want to be able to compete locally as well. We want to make sure that everything is going to happen the way we want.
The games currently offered are Valorant, League of Legends, Rocket League, and Overwatch. While these are the only 4 games offered at the moment, the team plans to add more as the semester goes by.
We want to make sure that we're staying inside of places that people are comfortable playing in. We want to make sure that the games are going to be competitive. We know that all of the surrounding schools around us play these games at a competitive level. So we want to make sure we're matching them competition-wise, but also make sure that we can still reach out to other games when it comes to us, so that we can reach out competitive-wise to them.
Throughout the meeting, students were able to ask questions regarding the team's schedule and plans while also meeting other gamers.
I have an interest in casual gaming, and I'm looking to get better at gaming in general, improve my skill, and maybe even look at an esports team at one time. I also enjoy playing games with friends and would love to meet new friends here.
Players who join the team have to maintain a GPA of at least a 3.0. For those who have any questions, you can contact the team by emailing Troy Campus Rec at troy.edu. Neela Cole, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
That's all the time we have for Trojan Vision's The Week That Was. To see what's happening on a daily basis, tune in to Troy Trojan Vision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30 Monday through Friday. You can also visit us anytime on our website. Until next time, we hope you have a good week.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
I think what Troy Public Radio does uniquely in this community is take the time to tell longer stories. That's one benefit of public radio, is that we actually have a lot of time to delve into an issue, to delve into a story. We're able to take the time to tell longer stories. And really, radio is such a personal medium and it's such a direct medium that I think when we're doing that, and we're doing it specifically in this community, we're giving you a different perspective on the world and a different perspective on what you need for your daily life. And also bringing you closer to the people that live in your community. Maybe it's not somebody who lives next door to you or even down the street from you. Maybe it's somebody who lives 2 counties over, but you know their story and you know why it's important because you've spent time with them, listening to them on the radio, and a large amount of time. So I think that's what makes Troy Public Radio unique to this part of the world and unique to what we do every day.